Yo, how's everybody doing? Here again, looking to maybe play some goblins. Like the right thing to do. Weird on camera. Oh, my hair is just missing. So how are we doing today? How are you guys there? Hope you're doing good. Play some music actually. Japanese lo-fi pop. One of the worst. Soft people like it. We're waiting on Kamigawa. Even everything Japanese. And whatever. Anyway, what are we doing? What was I saying? We're doing good with goblins in general. We have 2 trophies, which I think is like the max I've ever gotten in a season, and I got them in the last 2 days. Because Spike's build is really good. This isn't Spike's build. Trophies with Hog Fanatic is good. So I've been testing Reckless Impulse, and I put Blood Moon in over 4 Obsidian Charmaws. I moved 3 of them out and put 3 Blood Moons in. I've still got the Furies. They're fine. Got Nile Spellbombs instead of Ley Lines. I think Ley Lines are, you know, more slam dunks and more matchups. But Nile Spellbomb is the second fastest option. The greedier option, I think, would be Relic of Progenitus. Sometimes it takes me a minute. Relic of Progenitus, why is it greedier? It's greedier because if you play it turn 1, you have to hold up the mana and to exile all graveyards, and like, yeah, you get to draw a card when you exile all the graveyards, but you may not hold that mana up, and Nile Spellbomb doesn't have that problem. We're playing at black mana, so not a huge deal, I think, to include Nile Spellbomb instead. I think it's better, blah blah blah. But Leyline is obviously more powerful, worse top deck. The trade-offs are there. It's worse against Thoughtseize. So I was thinking playing Copter instead of Impulses. One of the Prospectors. Just to test it again. I don't know if it's great. We've been very lightly sideboarding in these Grixis Lurrus matchups. The thing is, what Spike has been saying definitely rings true. And his point is, Goblins is a deck where removal is not good against it. Currently, the only cards that removal is good against in our deck is Slinging Lieutenant, Pashlik Mons, vaguely Skirk Prospector, even though it's a 1-drop, so like really not good against. And Snoop. We have all these other cards that are just great. Removal's not even good against Sling. So we have all these other cards that are just great against removal. 6. Arguably 6. It might just be 4. Don't care. And that's true, and Copter ups that number, so maybe we won't play Copter today. But I do want to see if there's something else that we missed before we go into a league. Like, I wanna... Number 1, Kamigawa's on the horizon. I think these Impulses are going to end up being... How's it going, Celine? I think these Impulses are going to end up being copies of that new Kiki Jiki thing for a minute. Just to test it. You know, if these are our flex slots that we're testing, really, it should be a 24th land and arguably a 4th Mogwar Marshal, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with the Impulses right now. That's just my take on it. Arguably, there should be 4 Boggart Harbingers just because all of these linear decks are running around, but I don't mind being pre-boarded for Lurrus, right? That was like our whole thing. But we're gonna check to see. I'm gonna do the level 1 check and say, are there goblins that we missed? Because we missed. It's not that we missed Mog Fanatic. We looked at Mog Fanatic and decided no. So I'm not confident. We want creatures, artifacts. I don't want Tarfire. I know I don't want Tarfire. We want permanent cards. That's what we're looking for. Creatures, artifacts, enchantments. Maybe lands? I don't know. But we wanted to say goblin on it, even if it's not a goblin type, because maybe there's something that we missed that we could put in these 2 flex slots. I mean, Battlecry Goblin, sure. It may be better than... But again, it's one of those things that removal's good against, right? Anarchist stinks. Engineer doesn't do anything. Crater Maker, I know people are like all about it. Spike hates it. You could definitely play a Crater Maker over an Impulse. I would much rather top deck an Impulse than a Crater Maker. That's just... It doesn't, you know, it doesn't give you any explosive draws or anything like that. It could go in the sideboard over this Obsidian Charmaw, but if you're gonna tutor it most of the time, maybe Matron's just better. Maybe Trash Master's just better because you're already on 4. Goblin Bombardment stinks. These are just the ones I have. Grim Wanderer stinks. Not that it stinks. It's good when it sticks. It's not great. Bushwhacker, whatever. Go down to the 0 quantity. I bought these ones because I thought they were good already, but maybe there are ones that I don't think are good. We're playing our Den of the Bugbears. We actually have a second one, but they're foil, so can't. Don't see it when you search like this. It's really stupid. Do you know any goblins that you want to see played? Let me know. Because something that I don't know. I feel is a good exercise. Dark Dweller Oracle's pretty bad. Like really bad. Because it's like you can play Warren Instigator. Warren Instigator's pretty bad. I mean, it blocks Ragavan, but it's pretty bad against removal, like we were talking about. Reckless Ringleader to give Keek double haste. I don't know what Reckless Ringleader is. Where do you... Is that just tap and give it haste? The red 1 mana card? Oh, Sabrina. Oh, I know the one. I know. Perpetually give haste. Yeah. Goblin Oriflame. Not really what we want to do. There's the Banneret. The Banneret has always been interesting. It's a mana dump though, and I think that's what we need. Forge Courier. Meh. We could just play more Skirk. We could go back to the old school War Chief build and see if that somehow is good. I don't think it is. I actually have always liked Spike Shot Elder, but again, it's something where, you know, need a ton of mana. There is a different combo that you can pull off that's way more complicated, where you get infinite mana by making infinite snoops with a Skirk Prospector in play, or just Skirk Prospector or this guy in play, and then once you have the infinite snoops, you sacrifice infinite. Let's talk about more clicks. Crazy. It's cool. We could put... I have been noticing that Chain Whirler would be good in some of these matchups. Have been noticing that. It is pretty decent. What happens if you activate Wish Claw Talisman and then you donate it to your opponent before the ability resolves? For those of you who don't know Wish Claw Talisman, I need to see how it's worded. An opponent gains control of Wish Claw Talisman. So this would be a bug if it worked. In the real game, it wouldn't work. But I don't know. This is an interesting judge question. If it just checks, if it checks the owner of the ability or the owner of Wish Claw Talisman. You'd think it should check the owner of Wish Claw Talisman, right? You'd want it as a player, so the game makes sense to you. You'd want it to check the owner of the ability so that you don't get gypped. You know what I'm saying? I think you know it. Going back to Goblins real quick. Just an interesting idea. Not worth doing. It's just a question I had. What else do we have that might be fun to play today? You can see once I get trophies, and I feel like I can get trophies if I just play well, I don't want to do it anymore. We'll probably just end up playing Impulse again. But I do want to check. Well, War Torch Goblin is really bad. You guys think we'll get to 7 or more cards in hand? I don't. I used to have this card. I believe there's a 7th edition version of this card. I'm gonna, well, not gonna do it now. But I used to have a goblin that looked just like this, but it was a different art, but it was the same pose, but it had a big hammer instead of these bolas. Anyway, 3 mana. Praise Goblin. I mean, we could put Chandra's instead of Reckless Impulse. I don't think I own Chandra's though. None of these are great. What? This is a goblin? Makes goblins though. Wow, that's a bad card. Each creature attacks this turn if able. Could do Brash Taunter. I've always wanted to violin a Brash Taunter and have it fight a huge Death Shadow for the win while blocking it. I always thought that would be cool. Could we try that today? Brash Taunter. Oh, what? Is that not the name of it? Is it banned in Modern? I'm pretty sure it's Brash Taunter. Brash. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't come up before. I don't know what filter I had. So, Brash Taunter costs 5 mana. It's indestructible. Whenever it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to an opponent. You can have it fight somebody. So, when they attack with their 13/13 Death Shadow, file this in, you block, and you fight. You deal 26 to them. Just have them beat the crap out of this guy. I'm gonna put it in. If we get a chance, I'm gonna do it. No more Obsidian Charmaw. Brash Taunter in the sideboard. Maybe Brash Taunter main? No, Brash Taunter in the sideboard. We're doing it. This is our challenge today. Maybe it should be the 61st card. I don't want to play the prelim anyway, but it did just fire. So all of the tryhards are gonna be in that tournament. I didn't plan it that way. Modern League. Black Red Impulse Goblins. Brash Taunter in the board. Let's go. Making sure. I hope this works out. Just so I could say I did it. Getting your vials up to 5 is obviously a challenge in and of itself. Getting 5 mana isn't as... We'll see. This will be interesting. What we're proving tonight, if we do well with this Crash Taunter, is that your bad choices are smoothed over by your good choices as long as you make enough. So Mog Fanatic should carry us most of the way there. Well, the rest of the Goblins deck is actually really... Just so people know, what's been going on is that we were struggling with our old build. First of all, it took me 2 months to escape the Jun build of Goblins. Everybody is like, no, Ignobles is good, and I'm just sitting there like complaining every time I have it. This is a Lurrus deck, and I only have 1 land Aether Vial. Pretty bad, so I'm gonna mulligan. I don't like mulligan against Lurrus decks, but this is pretty bad too. So another 1-lander. Not much we can do when all you see is... We'll keep this. We'll throw back this, and I guess Harbinger. What did I throw back? Maybe I shouldn't throw back. But so it's either Impulse or Mog War Marshal, and I think to try and unmulligan, I want War Marshal. I expect to be playing Skirk Prospector on turn 1 and Munitions Expert on turn 2. Maybe I should just be expecting to play Mog War Marshal instead of Munitions Expert, hoping that that's good enough, because I think maybe that's right. It's actually a tough call. I don't like to mulligan to 5 immediately, but what can you do? This is where we're at. I don't think we win if we... I think we could win. Reckless Impulse, but playing to win, I think... You know, say I'll probably draw more Mog War Marshals or... And we got an Aether Vial off. So, there's that. Got it. There's like this message that keeps popping up, like, finish your Modern League in the next 24 hours or whatever it is. And it is very annoying. So this is Grixis, Death Shadow. So Grixis Lurrus, for those of you who know it under that name, which is a decent matchup for us. They don't have Thought Seizes in hand because they didn't turn 1 Thought Seize us, but they shocked in a Water Grave anyway. Ooh, 4-color Death Shadow? This is going to be interesting. I wonder what the white is for. Probably just Prismatic Ending? Don't know, though. Well, we got there on the Mog War Marshal, and it is the best thing to play now. So, somebody is smiling on us. Fate. Sisters. Is that a real depiction of Greek mythology from Hercules? Those 3 blind sisters, Fates. I don't know enough about mythology, and I kind of wish I did. But Disney has changed things like that before. We're doing all right, Kalante. We just started. I don't know if I even am supposed to attack here. And I don't know if I pay Echo. If I pay Echo, I may not be able to play a land this turn, but I don't know if it matters. And it does keep my graveyard from running afoul of Ground in the Lock. So it doesn't matter if you do it this way or not, by the way. If I hit okay and then paid, it doesn't change anything. Had I made black mana here, it could be different, but if they decide to do something to this Mog War Marshal now, it's a transposition of another way that it could happen. The deck has been really good since we've made Spike's adjustment, which was adding Mog Fanatic. So we kept playing, and we were like, games aren't going the way they used to. People just fly over with People just fly over. Ooh, I'm gonna discard this Skirk Prospector. People just fly over with. Man, do I wish I hadn't paid Echo. I think we can take him to 13, right? They still can't play Death Shadow, so that's fine. People are flying over with DRC, Murktide, and games just, they don't take that long. I can't keep a board, so Munitions Expert stinks, blah, blah, blah. It turns out when you stay even or get ahead on board early by playing Mog Fanatic, the whole game changes. So your Munitions Experts are good again, and you aren't just playing from behind where your ringleaders do nothing, and you have a chance to use all of the card advantage you could get from them. We didn't find a land, which kind of stinks. The Mog War Marshal there is good. I think we'll end up playing the Snoop, though, to be honest. Hopefully we draw a land. Getting 1,000 messages at once. Hopefully we draw a land. Impulse here, I don't know. Would it have been better if I played Matron this turn? I don't, not necessarily. She would have not found us a land. That's what we were hoping for. But this Reckless Impulse could have been a land, so that's the other thing. We're playing 23 instead of Spike's 24. But to finish answering your question, because I know I ramble, the deck has been really good. I got 2 trophies in my last 4 leagues, which is good. I've tied my all-time trophy record, right? No, I probably got 3 in one of the leagues. But I've got 2 trophies in the last 4 leagues, and it feels great. It sometimes takes a fresh pair of eyes. I mean, if you ever go to the Goblins Discord, you see me like fighting and arguing with people all the time. Like when I went back to Black Red, people were like, nah, Ignoble's so good. Like, why are you getting rid of Ignoble? And it's like, I play it and I see how bad it is. Just not, it doesn't, the best case scenarios are few and far between, and sometimes they don't even, not that good. Okay, so we find the land, which means we get to do what we want, which is play both of these spells. Doesn't matter which one we play first, because we're likely playing this from exile regardless. So they already have the fetch land here. This is going to be Drown in the Loch, I imagine. They already have the fetch land, though. So there's no way for us... I mean, they're already at 9. I don't know what I'm talking about the fetch land, but what I'm saying is there's no reason anymore to not attack, because they've already gone below the requisite life total. Here, though, as long as we survive long enough and we're at 17, we're going to fetch up Fling Gang Lieutenant with our Goblin Matron. Hope to end the game. It's going to be tough for them to do anything about that. I know they have Luris, but I guess I could, if we draw a land, I could just kill Luris. There's Rag. Tell me they shock. I'm like, oh man. They shock, they're dead. Ooh. Nah, I don't want to pay Echo. No, I don't like the new Goblin Archer artifact. I think there's like... I guess I can just kill Luris. And how am I losing this game? If I just kill Luris. I think there is this, like... It's hard for me to call it unfounded, because now we're playing Mog Fanatic again. But there's this desire for modern goblins to be legacy goblins, and they want to believe that that's our gem palm incinerator because it says channel kill something. I'm like, gem palm incinerator is just weird. How did this not attack? What happened? I missed that. They pulled Ragavan out of the graveyard so they didn't have delirium. Sick. Do I just attack in anyway? Right. We'll see if I live to regret that. But there's this desire for us to just play these like cute. Wow, it looks so bad, but it's an answer. And we're playing Mod Fanatic, so I guess there's some use to that. But I don't think 2 mana, 2 damage. Not pulling anything out of the graveyard. We don't want delirium. We would need a huge rebuild for that to be playable. That might be playable in like Pioneer. Show you. Here's something I was throwing together before the stream. This is modern legal, but it's like very easily Pioneer ported. I don't think this is strong enough. There's something I was doing. So you use the 3 mana welder. You don't have Ragavan. Use Cat, Oven, Oni Cult, Anvil. This thing which draws cards. I guess Mishra's Bubble probably isn't in. Bauble probably isn't in Pioneer. Witch's Oven, Goblin Bombardment is not in Pioneer, I don't think. But like this is like the whole. I don't think it's strong, but. you could play a Goblin Artificer in an artifact value deck like that. Bring it back from the graveyard, does 2 damage every time. Nickel and dime people. I just don't think that that's really that good. I think part of it is that you want to be committing to the board when you can, which is why Mod Fanatic has been better than Tarfire. Ooh. Had I realized that they had Croxa in the graveyard, and I'm not even sure that they did, but had I realized it, maybe I tutor up Ringleader there. And just take the 3, they'd be at 7, and I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and well... Oh no, they would have made me discard Ringleader from my hand, wouldn't they? So I needed to get something that I could play. We could discard this to gain 3 life. But they have 4 blockers. We have 5 attackers. No reason to take them to 3. We're just gonna continue and hope to draw something. If there's a home for that card, I haven't found it. It's still possible. I do like something else that I brewed. I don't remember who was here when I brewed this like black-red trash for treasure deck, where you use Goblin Engineer as your second set of copies of Unmarked Grave, and then Persist, your second set of copies of Persist is trash for treasure, and all of your threats are artifacts. They don't have to be Sundering Titans, but they're artifacts instead. You could also play Urza Saga in this deck, which is like a decent plan B. You have Thoughtseize. The problem is with this deck, a lot of the best cards against you are their enchantments. But now we have Feed the Swarm, so you could just play 4 copies of Feed the Swarm on the board, and you would probably need to. But like, you're never beating a Rest in Peace, right? Unless you have Feed the Swarm. Did they just die because of that attack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. They go to 1? Nothing is really different then. Although they lose to any removal spell. They have been very adept at making sure this Dragon Rage Channeler can block. I will say that. Give me a card. Right. We'll play this because Den of the Bugbear may need to activate twice. We're getting closer to being dead to this Croxa, though. I'm wondering if there was a... I only got to tutor once, right? Yeah, and I got to tutor with Matron. I could have played Snoop instead of Expert, which I don't think would have gotten us anywhere. Anything else would have been discarded by Croxa. I guess I could have gotten Mog Fanatic, but then there'd just be a Lurrus on the field. I think we're better off there having been no Lurrus on the field. So these are 13/13. The Brash Taunter plant, by the way. We're gonna Brash Taunt them if we can. I don't think it's likely. They're just attacking with 2 13/13. Block with 1/1. They're all 1/1, believe it or not. But I think you can get away with a lot in Modern right now. I think the game has slowed down enough that there are some cute things you could pull. So if I play this Mog Fanatic and kill this Ragavan, they have 3 blockers. 1, 2, 3. I have 5 attackers. I deal 2, they go to 2. If I... Well, just gonna play it. But this position right here is why I've been playing Impulses. We get into these situations where it's like, any goblin will do it. Well, not any goblin. Matrons or ringleaders will do it. And like, I don't want to play a 4th ringleader because that might make the curve too high. But Impulse will find those things. And if you're resolving a ringleader with 31 goblins in your deck, you're probably already okay. So I'm not worried that, you know, cutting too far down. Ooh, oh, that is interesting. Do we win? Because this has to attack? Doesn't look like it, but they're lining up attacks as if it's... Because we get to block with Mog War Marshal, Mog Fanatic, and we don't lose anything from that. I don't want to lose to Kolagon's command, although I probably lose to Kolagon's command anyway. So I think I'm going to block Croxa if I can hack it. I would imagine there's a Kolagon's command going on here. So we have to take 3. We're at a virtual 4. So we have to block Croxa. And obviously we have to block all of these lethal threats. And then the way we win is killing this Ragavan, being left with 4 attackers. But Kolagon's command will turn that around in about 1,000 different ways. That they'll get Lurrus back, they'll whatever. Oh wait, only 3 attackers. Whoops. Well, they're still dead to Klingang. Are they dead to Kiki-Jiki? Yeah, right? Assuming no removal. This must be an Unholy Heat though, right? Nope, got there. All right, close game 1. Both of us drawn dead for a while. Kiki-Jiki gets it done. I think this is a matchup where you probably want spell bombs if you can afford it. You can try to land an early Fury. We're not going to do that. Fnatic is still decent. War Marshal's good. You can take out a Kiki Jiki. You could shave a Vial. I think we want to have a light touch with boarding here. Probably board out one Skirk Prospector. You could bring in some number of Furies. I haven't found that I like them, but maybe they're better than Reckless Impulse. I have to... We're in the draw, and the only appeal of this hand is Aether Vial. And if it gets Thought Seized, we're really screwed. We're not screwed, just like the hand starts to suck. Maybe we mulligan this. I really don't like a double Harbinger Sling Gang hand. It's just too slow. This is much better. And I think you can even throw back the Ringleader here because your Matron can find it. And it's a 4-mana card. Although Thoughtseize is probably forced to take that at some point. But it's they could just save a dress down for it. I'm either throwing back Matron or Ringleader. I think I need 2 Vials if I want to ever have 1 Vial. So I think I'll keep Matron. We'll see how this game turns out. Well, no turn 1 Thoughtseize. I think I'm gonna play Aether Vial here. I think I'm gonna play Aether Vial. It's risky. I could just kill this Dragon's Rage Channeler right now. But my hope is that they don't get Delirium. And then they cast a spell next... Not this turn, but next turn to try to get Delirium. And I can Vial in the Fnatic and kill it. They could dash Ragavan here, though. That would stink. Wouldn't be a huge deal, but it would stink. Alright, so the Prismatic ending my Vial. Which means this turn I'm going to Fnatic plus Vial. They have 3 card types. Well, there's the Rag. I think I have to kill the Rag, though. Even though Dragon's Rage Channeler is unsettling. They only have 2 cards in hand. So I can just like naturally block the Rag in case there's like a dashed Ragavan in hand. And then if they try to stop me... Because I would kill the Ragavan here, not the DRC. Okay. So what does this mean for them? Probably like Drown in the Lock. Although we haven't seen any Drown in the Locks. That's a bad draw. I sort of have to play this Snoop. Hope I draw a land next turn. I think the upside of this Snoop surviving is pretty high. And if we draw land next turn, we have things to play. We're not under pressure that we can do anything about. Although there's the Terminate. Maybe I'm not supposed to give them a target for Terminate. Don't know. We actually, the sideboard is 1 card different, Nick. We have a meme card in our sideboard that if we drew right now, we'd be really sad about. All right, Vial ticks up. We're gonna draw. I'll Spellbomb. They could counter it. None of that going on. We're gonna look for a land. We'll crack it now. Don't find the land. We do find munitions expert, which I could have vialed in right then. But if they have a removal spell, it doesn't do anything. So hopefully I get to find... I think they have another terminate. I guess I'm forcing them to... I guess I'm forcing them to have the terminate right now. I think they're just going to put Lurrus in their hand this turn. And I'm ticking up this vial to 3 for my matron anyway. Wish you knew what was going on here. I don't know what's confusing. Well, what don't you get? Oh, I didn't even recognize the name from Chutney. That's just not what I think of. We are... Ooh, that's bad. Guess you discard the most card. You know, I understand. They're at the top of my league friends list, and I always laugh when I see your... We're playing Modern Goblins. Bad draw. They have Lurrus in their hand. We're just not drawing enough lands. Not like we impulsed this game. Impulse would be a good draw here though, because you could find 2 lands with it. Not doing well. I mean, we're up a game in the best of 3, so we can afford to lose one. We just don't want to. But we're playing Goblins against some variation of best deck in the... Here comes DRC back again. Another munitions expert would be fine here. I wouldn't even complain. Land is welcome. Gonna grab a munitions expert because I already have a ring. Yeah. Just gonna try to kill Lurrus as best we can. If we leave Lurrus in play, it will... Well, number one, if we leave Lurrus in play, they can replay this whenever we kill it. But it lets them replay Bauble if they find one. Although, is the 4-color version playing Bauble? Is it imping on them because it wanted more cool cards? Doesn't sound right. Have we seen Baubles? I don't even remember. Don't know. So they attack with just DRC. I assume... I mean, this is just because they can replay it with Lurrus. I'm gonna keep my goblin count up. Take 1. Not a big deal. They can't if they had a bolt, they would have attacked with Lurrus too, by the way. We can safely deduce that there are no removal spells in there. Get rid of the worst card in our hand. Boggart Harbinger. They know this Lurrus is a... Ooh. Oh. They know the Lurrus is about to die. I have to kill the Lurrus now, otherwise they get to keep playing Kroxa. And I'm going to protect my hand. I'm going to protect the Goblin Ringleader that's in my hand by holding this. Does that make sense? Because if I get a Mog Fanatic off of Ringleader, I'd be pretty psyched if I drew a land next turn and I could play them both in the same turn. You know what? If they go... If one of their last cards is Kroxa, so be it. I decided to play the land as well, but why do you think we should play the land? I was trying to protect the ringleader from Kroxa on the off chance that there was a land on top of our deck after the Kroxa. That's true, we won't win on 3 mana, but we have 4 mana next turn either way. That's the thing. Unless they come in with a discard spell. Specifically another Kroxa. That's the only way that we don't end up on 3 mana. The only card we want to cast on 4 mana really is Ringleader, and we have it. It's like, what's more likely, that there's another Ringleader on top of our deck, or that there's another land on top of our deck? Obviously, the Ringleader is less likely. So, if you're playing around this land somehow not getting into play, and you never getting up to 4 mana, probably hold it. Right? Let's say we draw Snoop. Yeah, let's say you draw Snoop, and you can just play the land. You're not stopped from playing Snoop. Right? It's about what they play, not what we draw. Because our best play next turn, pretty much no matter what we draw, is Ringleader. And if we draw, the only thing that holding the land is bad based on what we draw is if we already decided there were no removal spells here, right? But I don't even care if they use a removal spell. Yeah, like, go for it. Because we're going to be playing Ringleader, which will also block this Death Shadow. And that's the last card in their hand. I don't think Snoop has anything to do. Right? We would have been in so much pain. But that's why you play the land, I guess. Bugbear is another reason. There's Snoop. Impulse goes to the bottom. Could have been a Goblin. Something to think about. I'm pretty disappointed in Neon Dynasty, now that I think of it. Again. I don't really understand what they were even going for as far as the Goblins. It's almost like they were just like forced to put Goblins in. Because they don't have a good identity in the set. There's a blue-red Goblin, but he's the only one. And I get that it's a play on Electromancer, but I don't know. Doesn't seem right. How did they lose 3 life? They played something? We're screwed. It was not the best Ringleader. I mean, we can attack with Bugbear, but how do we just not die, right? Ah, Spellbomb, a turn late. So we're not dead, and they're not dead. So I guess we just cycle this. Costs a bunch to cycle, but find a land. Kroxa's gonna attack. We're gonna take 5. Oh no, we're gonna be dead. Okay. We would take 5 from here and 3 from the Kroxa trigger, no matter what there. Would Fury have been good there? It actually would have been on a couple turns. On the play, we probably... Furies are probably better. Crash Taunter, just our companion in this league. I know Spellbomb wasn't great. You saw what happened. Cycled it, but... didn't keep them from doing anything important. The value of DRC is not necessarily in it having 3 power and toughness and flying and all that. It's just the rest of it. Nah, I don't... Well, I guess they are a 4-color deck. That's a decent point. But all their best cards are red. May have a point, though. Doesn't take them off of Luris. Takes them off of Croxa. Hope we got those two in there. I was hitting submit. I'm just thinking of them like they're Grixis, and in the Grixis version you don't care, but if it also shuts off Prismatic Ending and Terminate, and they don't have any basics, then yeah. Then yeah, I think it's right. This is a really good hand. A really good hand. We are going to have to reveal the Skirk Prospector to get this into play at some point. So, do it now. Man, these turn 1 Prismatic Endings. It is something different out of this deck. Which maybe you're supposed to side out Aether Vials because of that, but I don't think so. So here, if they play DRC and then play a Bolt so they can get value, we get to sacrifice the Prospector, Flash, and Expert. So that'll be cool. And a lot of people would do that, right? Well, that's not happening here. And there's no DRCs in hand because they just played a Bauble. Naked Bauble. We'll get to play Impulse next turn. Look for lands. They know what we're drawing before we do. Blood Moon is sometimes a gamble and is much stronger with Iggy. Yeah, you're always gambling with Blood Moons because most people play basics, and you know, some percentage of games they'll just call them naturally. What am I drawing? Tell me. Ashalik Mons, that's a good one, but we're not playing it this time. Good one with Skirk as well. Wow, just no lands? I mean, we're on 23, so it's pretty unlikely. You gonna kill this? Well, we're on a 2-lander. We exiled our Aether Vial. We have 6 cards in hand. And a Luris companion. Not looking up for us, but we can play Snoop next turn regardless. It's going to be hard for them to play anything with 1 toughness into this. Exiled Munitions Expert. They're going to play nothing. We're going to lose an Expert here. But it would have taken us many turns to get past all this stuff to find this mountains. Doing okay, all things considered. But we could be playing 24 lands. 24 is so many. I don't really know what's right. You have to imagine that there's removal in their hand for this, and they're weighing... No, what could they be weighing? It just makes perfect sense for them to fetch some black shock land, put themselves down to 10, play Luris, Bauble, kill my Snoot. Then I untap, play Pashalik Mons, and like, I have 4 ringleaders, so I need to draw land for me to like have a chance this game. Prismatic Ending. Okay. Prismatic Ending, Death Shadow is a 3/3. 2 Death Shadows. Luris in hand over there as well, just a reminder. I think if we drew a land in like the first, you know, 5 draw steps, what's it been? This is our 6th draw step. If we drew a land on like any of the earlier turns, we were in good shape. What was that? So theoretically, I can block and kill a Death Shadow. What's changing here? How do they avoid that with what spells they have? Did they just mess that up? They look like they were about to kill my Pashlik Mons because they made a mistake. So I kind of want to force them to do it here. You think it's dress down? If it's dress down, I'm dead if I don't block. So this is the correct block into dress down as well, unfortunately. Yep, it is the blue enchantment. I think they were thinking maybe I don't know it's the correct block into dress down, or wasn't thinking of it. I take 26 there if I don't block. I'm just dead, right? Fell too far behind. We didn't draw any Furies or anything like that. I guess Snoop could theoretically pull us out of this. Damn. Take 7 no matter what. Yeah, we just needed to hit lands early. It happens. Getting stuck on 2 lands after they kill Vile. I mean, it's 4 colors. The prismatic ending is like really good against Vile. But I don't think that you cut Viles. We never drew any of our sideboard cards. The second game when we tried Nile Spellbombs, they were as lackluster as they usually are, but they weren't great. Like I mean, they weren't terrible. They were lackluster, but they weren't terrible. Guess we want to play first. They haven't revealed anything. Hand isn't fantastic against the no reveal. The no reveal is usually a combo deck. Like the choices are Burn, Belcher, Tron. Those are the no reveal. So I think I'm gonna mulligan this hand because it kind of stinks. Hand is a little bit better. I'm not gonna mull to 5 just to find a theoretically good hand for a matchup I don't know yet. Yeah, that drew line up well. That draw lined up well. They didn't draw fantastically, like we had a lot of opportunities, but we drew particularly bad. So here's a matchup where we might see Leyline versus Nile Spellbomb come back to bite us, so we're gonna learn today. Aether Vial off the top. I mean, I don't really want to kill Stitcher Supplier, so not a big deal. They may think I'm on a 1-lander that just had Auntie's Hovel and Vial in it, and I just do this. Lingering Souls, interesting. Unearth Lingering Souls, Grief, Sacred Foundry. Everything out of this deck has been from left field on turn 2. I didn't expect any of that. I expected Vengevines. We can kill both Stitcher Suppliers. We're going land light today. It's not looking good. A Shock and a Blood Crypt for some 3-drop. Seasoned Pyromancer is a good one. So this is just like a fair Mardu deck with graveyard value from Lingering Souls and Unearth. It's interesting. They already have 2 souls in the board and a grief. So like, I don't feel bad doing this. I don't think that I'm going to be giving them more value. We look to be pretty far behind this game. So at the very least, we'll get more information before game 3. Did I uncover another Lingering Souls? No, it hasn't milled anything yet. Do this. Yeah, just more griefs. A goblin bombardment. See, that's good to know about. That is good to know about. Don't know if we can win this one, but definitely wanted to know about that. I mean, I guess you just vial it in. What are the chances they're... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do this now because if there's like a Mog War Marshal on top, we want to play it. Reckless Impulse is on top, which is not bad, actually. I think I want to kill Seasoned Pyromancer before anything else happens. Give them a chance to, like, untap and have removal to make it not do anything. They already have so much graveyard value, although they didn't have any Pyromancers in the graveyard. So now if they unearth that, I'm going to feel kind of dumb. Maybe I should have just killed the token. But if this Vial continues to survive, we have a real chance to win this game. Like a good chance. I would say we're favored. If this Vial makes it up to 4, obviously we're favored. I mean, if they don't have removal for Snoop, they're dead. I didn't mention that, but... So Lingering Souls it is. Lingering Souls and Brutality. Brutality's a sorcery. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts because I could have vialed it in and not tried to get value off the top of my deck. We're looking for lands here. That'll do. We get to decide what we draw next turn. Should I just have blocked? I should have just blocked. I think that... Remember I was saying that... remember I was saying that Chain Whirler looked good? And then I put Brash Taunter in my sideboard instead? As a joke? And then I couldn't even bring myself to board it in game 3? That was dumb, right? I'll discard... Well, they get to decide. They should definitely hit a Ringleader here. I don't know if they will. We win if they unearth? How do we win if they unearth? They could have unearthed Grief. We win if they unearth Seasoned Pyromancer, that's true. But it can draw them into removal. That's like... Don't really win if they unearth. I think you mean activate Seasoned Pyromancer's ability? Is that what you were talking about? Unearth costs 1 mana. And they have 1,000,000. So they take Ringleader. No, it's all good. I don't... Doesn't actually matter. Does the 1 damage here matter, or does the 1 damage to their face potentially matter more? Let me find out what I've got on the top of my library. What do you say? I'll have a Vial at 4 and 1 next turn, and then 3 mana. So I'm going to Ringleader, and then hope to hit something. I could just get a Snoop, put it into play, and then we hope to hit Mog Fanatics. I could get Munitions Expert to kill Grief. I could get Sling Gang Lieutenant just to buy time. Get Kiki. That sounds bad. That sounds bad. I won't have the Vial up at 5 for a couple turns, and they're playing white and Polygon's command colors. I could just get another Ringleader. Isn't bad. I think Pashlik Mons is pretty good here, but I'd want to save it. It's probably correct to just get Snoop and not Matron, because then you just have more outs to win the game. But I was also thinking Matron, and then I came back down to my senses. But I saw Spike do it earlier today, and it didn't work out. But I do think he was right when he did it, when he got Snoop over Matron. It's like the upside is so high. Matron, Snoop, Harbinger. I wonder if we'll go for the combo this game. I could grab Fnatic here. With Matron. File it in. Doesn't really do much, does it? I think I'm just supposed to play Snoop and try to have it survive. And maybe Fnatic's on top. That's a good card on top. Do I double block Grief? Or do I just take the hit? I think I just take the hit, considering this is on top. So they need removal here for Snoop or they're dead. They unearth Pyromancer. Looking for it, I assume. We'll see what 2 cards they had in a second. They had Kroxa and Ragavan, so no removal in hand then. They play a land. They're paying costs. I don't know what it is. Prismatic ending on the Snoop. You got it. So, all of the removal we've seen so far, other than Goblin Bombardment, is Sorcery Speed, which is something to note. So we're going to take 5 here and go to 10? That's pretty bad, isn't it? I block, and I take 2 and go to 13. They then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I don't die to a top deck bolt. I get to Violent Snoop. Try to win. I suppose I am supposed to double block then. These both die. Unfortunately for us. But Reef is a menace. An honest to goodness menace. So we're going to have a Vial on 2. Don't want to tick this one up. We do want to tick this one up. We have a Munitions Expert. I mean, we just have to Matron here. If they go to kill us, we can Vial an Expert. But yes, I agree with you. It's either Matron Sling or Matron Ringleader. Sling blocks more and keeps us afloat. Doesn't die to Bolt. But we already don't die to Bolt because we're going to block 2. We'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to 7. And drawing more cards may just be the thing. I can always put Sling on top. I can always put Ringleader on top though too. I guess I'm gonna do this while I know that the trigger can resolve to give us the most life possible. And then we'll pass a Vial up. Now they have Kroxa, right? Yeah, there's a Kroxa in their bin, which will guard. Oh, we're gonna have to discard Munitions Expert to it. I probably should have gotten Ringleader if I thought about Kroxa. Just to have more things to discard. Because I love all the cards in my hand. That was an oversight. Here comes Kroxa. I mean, if this is a removal spell now, we're in a lot of trouble, right? Gonna discard Munitions Expert. We can't actually kill Kroxa this turn anyway. But all the removal we've seen from them is... They should attack with everything. This 4 attack nonsense is silly. Oh, they have 0 cards in hand. I don't know how that happened. But, oh, they played their Arid Mesa out. Oh, no. It doesn't matter. I was going to say, oh, no, because there's so many reasons that it doesn't matter. One of them being that we already have... a Sling Gang in play that's not going anywhere. But they're dead to this. They're dead to this 1,000 ways. Black, blue, red. With my powers combined, I summon Jiki Jiki. And we got there. So now this deck, you could Blood Moon them. I mean, Fury's gonna be great too, though, right? This is probably overboarding. Let's bring in 2 Spell Bombs. Fury lines up well against Pyromancer. Fnatic is just not that good here. We saw Ragavans, though, so on the draw, I can't take out Fanatics. Maybe because we're bringing in so many non-goblins, we take out these impulses. Take out a Harbinger. Could probably stand to cut a Vial here. How's it going, Last God? Good to see you. Evan killing everybody in Dishonored. I assume it didn't take him long. You don't like Fury? Against the Lingering Souls, Pyromancer. Why wouldn't you like Fury? I'm curious. Oh, I could have swore I saw you in the chat. I saw you in Spike's chat today. I was gonna go down to 2 Fury, but I don't understand why you wouldn't like Fury against Lingering Souls. Like, I understand it doesn't cleanly answer Lingering Souls, but it's good. Like, it's just gonna clear their board. I know they don't need their board. It's expendable. They have Unearth. I think it's good, though. I think it's better than... Probably better than Skirk Prospector. It's probably better than Nile Spellbomb, to be honest. Making quesadillas from Target? Good. You always have some good food pics that you post over there. They don't feel like creatures we care about? Do we keep this? We didn't see any Thoughtseizes. I don't think they have Thoughtseize. I'm keeping this. If they play turn 1 Ragavan, I play turn 1 Mog Fanatic. Oh, we saw Prismatic ending, though. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, no. I hate white decks. They do have Grief, but... they're not evoking Grief on turn 1. Playing Ragavan on turn 1, like respectable, upstanding citizens. That's what good players do. Don't you know that? Don't you know that we all just play Ragavan on turn 1 and get it killed by the best creature in the format? Yeah, Mog Fanatic's the best creature in the format. But you're right, Grief would have wrecked us there. Grief, Unearth Grief, that would have been bad. Yeah, attack with that Ragavan. I'll block. I think I won't. Yeah, let's draw some lands. I hope so. I would still be playing Aether Vial next turn, one way or another, but... Oh no! Oh, that's awful. Hopefully they don't notice. hopefully this doesn't... No! Oh, that's so bad for us. Oh, this is great. The only reason they didn't grief us on turn 1 is because they had Ragavan and felt that was stronger. I'll wait for them to play something else. Oh no! Oh, this is about to get ephemerated. Oh, fuck. This is so dumb. I'm so dumb. This is... I should just... I should just concede because we're done with it. They're gonna take Fury. I mean, I don't care too much about the 3 damage a turn, right? Like, that's something we can come back from, but I could have just made it so that this didn't happen. I guess I'd be down 1 more card, and if I'm claiming I don't care about 3 damage, then whatever, but it will eventually kill us. I don't know. I should have just... That was a misplay. That was a huge misplay. Okay. I mean, let's just go to game 3. I don't care. This is like... But you can't. What am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do? I like those even less. Maybe I am supposed to Blood Moon this 3-color deck. It's mostly black. Didn't seem to play any basics on the play. I like this configuration. Spell bombs do kind of sound bad now. What is Lost Ark? But I'm doing good. I hope she's doing well as well. Well, I am not currently playing Lost Ark for sure. I don't even know what it is. Well, we're gonna turn 1 Vial. Because that's the best start in Modern. It's definitely not. We need to keep mana up to draw? Oh, yeah. I was like... Your message got split, so I was like, what are you talking about? Draw cards? Play Goblins. But what is Lost Ark? Is that the Pokemon game? I know it's like Arceus or something like that. Oops. Or is that the new WoW expansion? Legends of Lost Ark, free-to-play MMO action RPG. What is this, like fake Diablo? Who makes it? Amazon? If it's Amazon, then Jeff Bezos knows what's up. Easy. Guys might not know Jeff is a that game they made, the MMO, was actually a lot of fun. What is Lost Ark? I mean, it looks like looks like one of them 10-cent games. Remember all those free-to-play games? I think they were 10. Like, they were on the same service as Gunbound. One was called like Ragnarok. Ready for this? This is gonna go home embarrassed. That's gonna. But one of them was Ragnarok. They were like these, they might have been Korean though, not Chinese. But they were all like, they had that visual style, and they were weirdly like fully featured for how high def they were. Not high def, but what's the word? I'm just gonna put this Harbinger into play and put Ringleader on top. Yes is the answer. I'd like to search my life. Ringleader is the card I want to put on top. Here's where they dash Ragavan and play Lightning Bolt to kill my Harbinger, and then I'm just like, well, okay. Yeah, we found our lands. Found our lands. And maybe this is why Spike plays 24, because I know exactly what you mean, Squirmit. That's why I said, is this one of them 10-cent things? It's like, I don't care enough to just start another new game. I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends and loving it. So if I was gonna play anything tonight that wasn't Magic, and I probably will, depending on some blue mana. When you're drawing cards, making blue mana is the way to go. How you draw the most cards. So we get Snoop Fanatic, which is good. We can Vial the Snoop in. We saw a lot of their removal is Sorcery Speed, so the Snoop may stick around because of Vial. We should probably have... Nah, no, because they have Ragavan, so it's worth keeping Fnatic around. I was going to say ping and attack, but like, they already have a Souls in the graveyard. Killing one of these 1/1s is probably something I'm going to have to do, but this 1/1 specifically is not the one I should kill. I hope that they Thoughtseize me here. Ooh, this is a good attack. Ah, they want to unearth this thing. I'm not going to let them. Not going to let them. They have nothing to unearth currently. I don't believe this is them holding up Lightning Bolt. Haven't seen that. Aether Vial on top is great. Not great. Wow, it's Fatal Push? Okay. I mean... Well, now we're back in this mode where it's just like, well, I hope that I draw something. Do I even play the Mog Fanatic? I think I swing for 2. I think that's fine. Oh, I meant to reorder these. Aw, damn it. Oh, good. Oh, no. Fucking A, man. I meant to reorder them. I okay through the reordering because it doesn't actually matter most of the time. I forgot that it came first before that. I didn't realize that that was the part of the step, but oh well. Just means they have one flyer that they shouldn't, instead of one little bitch token. I'll take 2 from this again. Actually, considering the current board state, I won't take 2. What I'll do, I'll block, and I'll ping. So there you go. Now our shame has been eaten. No evidence left on the board. Oh my god, that hurts. Oof. That was 1, right? I'm almost positive it was 1. Glad I cashed in my value for the fall. I'm gonna keep that in hand. We're currently winning this race. I don't know how long that'll last. But maybe they'll cast Thoughtseize. They could think it's Munitions Expert. They don't care. They'll just cast a Seasoned Pyromancer. That's the kind of card we need to draw. I guess I would Matron into Snoop if I got the chance here. Ooh, Croxa hurt. They only play like 1 or 2 Croxa, you can tell based on how big their graveyard got before seeing one last time. Ooh, who told me Fury was bad? Told me Fury was bad. Ban them. I mean, they're gonna Croxa next turn, but Fury blocks Croxa, so there's that. But I do like clearing out a little bit. Doesn't look like we're gonna win this game, but if we draw a ringleader, we're back in it. So I can expert this season Pyromancer before attacks and then attack with Fury. And then deal them 6. I think I like that. It's not good against bolts, but I think it actually puts the pressure on them. And it gives us more top decks to survive. Because otherwise, I don't believe... We only have 4 cards, right? Yeah. Otherwise, I don't believe that... I assumed that they wouldn't block. They'd try to kill me with something. But... it's better than letting Croxa attack and just taking 3 and blocking, so... I was right on, even though, you know... theoretically, they... That's good. That's gonna clear our fucking board. That's good too. Got trample. They're gonna sack it before. Do I need 1 goblin on the board? I guess theoretically I need 1 goblin on the board. I don't even know for what. I don't think the 1 life matters that much. Yeah. Blocking gains 2 life. I guess so, you're right. I don't think the 2 life matters that much either. No. Because their graveyard is just full. I need to, like, win now. Well. This is interesting. I can't cast any black spells off the top. They can't Croxa me. They could unearth this Lightning Skelemental, which I was dead to no matter what I did. Well, there it goes. Man, just losing today. They have Moon in hand. GG. Close matches against grindy decks today. Should have played Copter today. Just was feeling it and chose not to. But we kind of got land screwed in both matches, right? Maybe that's because I'm playing 23. I don't know. But you can't win them all. 0-2 start. If we lose another, that's it for you guys. Gonna get dinner and end the stream. I don't know what the hell. But we'll see. The deck has been performing really good in general. Just lose to stuff sometimes. And we've memed a card in the sideboard that could have been... I definitely said out loud, Goblin Chain Whirler has been so good lately. Like, I don't know what I'm having for dinner. That's what I should be asking her. If there's any suggestions. Because I don't have anything ready to be... Didn't thaw any of the... pasta. I have these tortellini that I have to make. I need to like put a sauce on them, and I don't know what sauce. Really want to make a pesto. Kind of hate pesto. That's a weird play. Turn 1 Saga. Like, what is going on in their hand? What's going on in their deck? I don't even understand. I don't think I'm gonna play Impulse this turn. I'm gonna reveal this ring. We'll probably play Impulse next turn. Look for lands. This is like what do they get here with turn 1 Saga? Because you never get to make a construct from it. Just get thing. Amulet of Vigor. Oh my god. Are we just dead? How is it that this went from holy shit what a joke to are we just dead? Play Azusa. That's what I want to see. Well, that's not the one that I can kill. Oh man. Are they gonna pick up Saga this time? Nope. Another one? Oh man. If Amulet Titan and turn 1 Saga, turn 2 Saga, and on that turn, something's wrong. That's nuts. That's crazy. You have to be able to kill a 4 toughness creature. Oh man. This is insane. Okay. They can play another land. They just choose not to? Okay, they just accidentally okayed through. You gotta pick up a Saga, right? Nope. Something's coming down. What is it? No. They're gonna have 3 amulets next turn. They're gonna have 3 amulets. I have no way to kill a Dryad. It doesn't make any sense to play this Munitions Expert. I'm just dead, right? I don't think I can beat this. I mean, I'm assuming they have a Titan in hand, but I guess they don't have 6 lands, but they will when they attack. Playing any of these creatures doesn't change anything. I can't get a Snoop down this turn. If I get a Snoop down next turn, it'll definitely get Valakut bolted. What do I do? Do I Impulse or do I Matron? That's the question. I just have to assume they have nothing in hand and that this game is going to go long, even though I know that's not true. But I don't think I have another way to win. There's a Snoop on top, no lands. Which is okay. It's just I wish not on top. Snoop in the Impulse. So, no different than had we matroned and we had the opportunity to find a land instead of the second Impulse. Didn't. An even Snoop plus Impulse now. I imagine we're gonna Snoop plus Expert to kill a Dryad if we're even alive. Maybe I'm supposed to have kept... No, they don't need Azusa here. So if they get an Azusa, it would just be like, you know, showboating. Be dead. Yeah. They're gonna double... They're going to double activate... I can't remember. I think it's Slayer's Stronghold. And then they'll activate Sunhome Fortress once, I guess. That's Double Strike Trample 2020. Well, 1010. But here's Primeval Titan. We had no way around this. We have a good sideboard for this, but we have no way around this. Tron is one of them coin flippy matchups that used to be slightly favored when we played more Skirk Prospectors. Now we may be less favored. But no, I think we're still favored because we have 2 turn 3 combos and they just have the 1 still. Although they have a lot more ways to get it with Urza Saga, so probably about even. Why I started by calling it a coin flippy matchup. What? This has got to be one of the most annoying decks to play. That's for sure. So this is 6 mana just on its own. Are they just going to play a second Titan? Is that what's going on here? Looks like no. They just have the Sunhome in hand? Oh, I forgot that they had this Genesis Chamber. I'm gonna make 6 mana. They have infinite mana, but I don't know what's in their hand. Like, they didn't give this thing haste. They're gonna bounce Teleria West. They're gonna grab Summoner's Pact, get a second Primeval Titan. That's what they're doing. But I was dead to what you were talking about, Carador, which is just the one. They might not play Sunhome. They might not play the Double Strike land, so they need the 2 Primeval Titans. Ah, they had Slayer's Stronghold in their hand. Like I thought at first. What are you going to do with your 7 mana? Okay, Summoner's Pact. Summoner's Pact, make a million. We're dead. Don't have to see it. Good game. Might just not be our night. 2 trophies back to back into 03 drop. You know what? That happens. I guess Fury's not the worst. And Void Mirror counters Summoner's Pact. How's that sound for a sideboard? Fanatics are bad. Impulses are probably too slow. Mogwar Marshals don't matter at all to the point where maybe I just leave 1 in and I leave a Ringleader in just in case. But this seems fine. The reason, although it makes these munitions experts even worse, so maybe I shave 1 munition expert and do Mogwar Marshals. I think this is fine. Yeah, I got the 2nd trophy yesterday. It's on YouTube. Nobody can say I didn't do it. Is this a Brash Taunter? No. Nothing is actually a Brash Taunter now. So, I mean, the reason you keep all the Aether Vials in, this is a turn 2 moon if I draw a land, which doesn't sound good. I don't want to put myself in that position. I'm gonna mulligan. So this shuts off. This shuts off Summoner's Pact and also has outs to the combo and a tiny bit of interaction. I think that I have to keep this. It's not fantastic, but it may give us enough time to find Matron because of the Void Mirror. This doesn't, by the way, based on what we boarded out, hand doesn't look better. Tunnel Ignis doesn't actually do anything in this matchup. I've played with it in my boards. It's a funny card, but Number 1, you deal 2 damage with every trigger and they deal 3, so they're still winning. Unless you already put pressure on, like, via burn. Not killing them. But they can also just kill your Tunnel Ignis, like, with some number of the triggers. Or just a Bolt or something, but they're not playing Bolt. But yeah, it doesn't actually stop them, and you can't pressure them fast enough that the life... You need more triggers to kill them than they need to kill you, right? So, never getting there. Unless they do like some wild overkill thing with way too many lands, but... Oh, if only we could have turn 1 Void Mirrored. Do I now just stop Summoner? No, I just need to play Snoop out and see what's on top. Not see what's on top. I don't think that there's a card next turn. Well, wait a minute. I can play Snoop and Void Mirror? No, I can't. How do they kill us next turn with Summoner's Pact? They play the bounce land. If they play Amulet, bounce land, that's 4 mana. But if they play Amulet, bounce land, 4 mana, they get a Dryad. They can play the bounce land again. They go up to 5 mana. I think we're fine to play Snoop here. I think, like, actually mathematically with 3 cards in hand, we're fine to play Snoop here. Isn't it always great to have Aether Vial on top of your deck? Isn't it great? We have redraws, and we can shut off Summoner's Pacts when they finally go to cast one. Here's the bounce land that I was afraid of. Thought I already yielded through. Apparently not. We can also just get Pithing Needle off this vial, so we kind of only have a 1-turn window. Then it gets a lot harder. Oh no, Azusa? That changes things, doesn't it? Azusa Cavern? Do they have another Azusa? Gonna pick it up is what they're saying. What the hell was that? Okay. So we know that their 2 cards in hand are Vesuva and blue-green bounce land. They need to draw something, and now we're turning off Summoner's Pact outs. I think this is free. To see what's underneath this before shuffling. This is also free. Although, no, because I can't make black mana without shuffling. Am I right about that? Yeah. So I have to shuffle this away. Although if it's a Kiki Jiki underneath, worth it. But then we can't play more 2-drops off the top, and we have more of those in the deck. All right, so we're gonna find our black mana right now. Matron almost does it. We play Matron here. We sacrifice Matron and Skirk to play Void Mirror. We untap next turn, and they have 1 turn to draw. I think this is it. I mean, like, as good as we could have hoped. Well, that's what we're putting into our hand. Can't play it. Thankfully, it came on top. We have no black mana. I mean, they're dead 1,000 ways now. But now we can save the Matron. Yeah, I'm gonna play Void Mirror. Don't worry. Playing Void Mirror with my Snoop mana. I'm actually going to play Aether Vial with it too. And then end step, this is going to trigger and we'll make a copy of ourselves. Oh, wait, I can play Kiki Jiki right now. But there's still no way to get black mana. What? How can I end the game? I have Pashlik Mons in the deck. They're dead. I almost passed the turn. Whoops. You play Kiki Jiki, you copy Matron, you grab Pashlik Mons. So we need 19 plus 3 plus 5. So 27 mana. I can't believe I almost didn't see that. Whoops. I mean, we had a lot of looks at it. But, you know, you never expect to get there. You can also, if there's the Sling Gang or a Mog Fanatic underneath this Kiki Jiki, even if it wasn't deterministic, this would be worth doing, but it is. I have no idea how many this is because I've been copying the tokens. Hopefully this restacks all the tokens. Nope. Well, they will now start to stack. This is have to actually count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the first row, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12 in every other row. The 13 plus 12 plus 12 is like a lot. It's 24 plus 13 is 37. Is that more than I said I needed? Sounds to be. So we're gonna stop it right now. I guess I don't need the Kiki Jiki in play, but it does give you another look. No, 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 no. What's going on here? I'm gonna cancel this. I'm gonna cast Kiki Jiki. I guess I needed less mana because I didn't need to cast Kiki Jiki. Where are you, Pashlik Mons? And there's another Kiki Jiki on top. That's so funny. And now, I mean, it's obviously deterministic, but yeah, now that they see it, they have conceded. I can't even believe that I missed that. I'm glad I'm not so dumb, but I almost missed it. This should probably be in the deck. Maybe I want the Fury over the... I don't think I do. Yeah, we'll go like that. Sorry. Oh, yeah, it was a close call. Know your outs and tell your deck that you want them and they'll give them to you. This is a pretty bad hand. It's really, really slow. And even though Void Mirror is a sideboard card, it's one of those marginal sideboard cards that's not giving us a lot of percentage points. It's only against Summoner's Pact and like Urza Saga Amulets, right? So I'm going to mulligan this. We want a faster hand. This is a faster hand. Well, it has potential to be. We have Blood Moon in it if the game goes a little bit longer. We have Aether Vial to play out from under our own Blood Moon. We have a turn 2 Snoop. We have a lot of the things that we could ask for. It's not fast because it doesn't have a vial. But this is kind of what you're looking for. That is kind of not what you're looking for. off the top, but surely we won't draw the second Kiki Jiki and just have no outs, right? That won't happen to us. That never happens. I don't even know why I'd say it. There's no way. There's no way. I'm telling you right now, not gonna happen. Don't worry. So this is Dryad. A Skirk off the top would allow us to Blood Moon them, but this is Azusa and not Dryad. So perhaps that does not matter. If they Dryad now, a Skirk off the top would be a good draw. Because you can Vial in the Skirk with Aether Vial, Blood Moon. Otherwise, we're probably dead, it looks like. Because there's 3 extra lands. We know one of their cards is a bounce land, but if the other one, any kind of Titan getter, we're in trouble. Well, now, we didn't draw the Skirk off the top. I mean, we would be doing this no matter what, right? But if we're not dead, they're dead. Oh, well, they're not dead. Hopefully. I was gonna say, but they're not dead. A Skirk on top would kill them. Still. That's our out. Skirk Prospector. Skirk Prospector and not being dead yet. Those are our outs. Because the Vial will eventually tick up. But not being dead yet's a long shot. I mean, if you can't win with a turn 3 combo, right? Like, you weren't winning that game. A turn 3 combo with no interaction, right? So, I guess we could have theoretically had a Thoughtseize. You know, pull the 1 Primeval Titan out of their hand. I don't know. Can you play a removal spell that kills this Dryad? Like, theoretically, had we killed Azusa with what we had, you know, we're in good shape, but... And they have the red and the white mana, but they're not going to have 6 mountains, will they? They can double strike us maybe, but they're not going to have 6 mountains. So, Skirk off the top may still do it. Just 16, 17, 18. If they gave it double strike and they didn't. You believe in Skirk off the top? Thank you. I called the out. So hopefully, if you don't see it, Skirk off the top, what we do is we Vial in Mog War Marshal. We play Skirk from the top of the library, and then we use it to generate mana, the Mog War Marshal. And then we win. Do they have a land drop still? They have a land drop still. They kill my Snoop and I'm dead. Oh, man. Well, looks like I'm dead. I didn't realize they had a land drop. They just have so many. I thought... What the hell? What's going on here? They're like multiplying mana over there. Skirk off the top doesn't do it anymore, obviously. You want to see what was next? Bloodstained Mire. Wouldn't have got there. But, I thought they played... How did they have 6 mana? I guess what happened was they played a bounce land twice and they just still had the land drop left over, and that these 2 were the other 6 mana. Or something like that. Must have been what happened. I just can't believe they had another land drop. Wow, we're 0-3. 4 total available. You're right. Get 3 extras. I guess we'll finish out though. We're not going to get to publish Brash Taunt. But don't let these results... Deck has been really good lately. Kind of maybe are supposed to be playing 24 lands based on how things are going. But we've just been like totally land light. Why I'm on 23. All the degenerates at the Goblins this play 22. They seem to like that. I never liked. I was on 20 when I could. I don't know. Joker's was getting wins with his Run Goblins build with 4 ignoble or in 22 lands. Like Joker's is very good. I don't know how much he plays, so it's like it could be one of those things where it all just lines up and you got 5 Trons, or just, you know, I know he didn't get 5 Trons at the match. He got it, but you know, you just be on the high side of variance for a while if you play enough. This definitely feels like the low side of variance tonight, just with the number of lands we're getting games. Because the difference between 23 and 24 is like 2%. So to believe that you're seeing that difference in 8 games, not realistic, but it is what it is. We've been land light tonight is the summary. This is a pretty bad hand, and this Reckless Impulse not being a land is gonna bite us again. I mean, if you draw a land, this hand is so good. They didn't reveal anything. They gave me the GLHF. Maybe that's the luck I needed. A disciplined player, mulligan. Well, this is another one lander, but it is a keep. And I believe we throw back Pashlik Mons here. Maybe I throw back Skirk. No, I think I need Skirk because I can dig for lands with Reckless Impulse if I play Skirk. I think I throw back Pashlik Mons. We just keep this. Even if they thought sees us, we get a Vial down. No companion? Well, Carador, that's where you're wrong. This Brash Taunter is our companion today. This is the card that stays in our sideboard and never comes in. That's our companion today. All right, so we got a land. Does that mean I play Mog Fanatic? I don't think so. Maybe it does though. Because if this becomes a 3/3, you know what? I can't. I don't think I wanted them to get any value, and they would have played Ragavan first. Nobody's that good. Just don't let them get any kind of scries or whatever up. Blue-Red Murktide in the 04 bracket. They're only 01. I'm 03. There's the lands. Oh, I shouldn't have played the swamp, should I? Oh, have I got some bad news for you? 2 of them. This is where they like Archmage's Charm me and steal it. Just because I insulted them. 2 vials feels bad now. 2 vials is still fine. It's the number of vials that you draw almost doesn't matter. That's a weird thing to say, but it's always about how long the game goes. If the game goes long enough for 1 vial to be good, 2 vials will be good, because you can matron for another card draw thing, and then like you have card draw at 4, 3, and 2 is what I'm trying to say. So like if you have 1 vial and you get to, you know, do I get Mog Fanatic here? just on principle? Or do I save this matron for something better? And then vial in this Skirk Prospector as like a surprise blocker if they kill the matron. I think that's likely going to be good enough. That's what I'm going to tell myself. I'm going to grab Basic Mountain, play matron, counterably. There's the first trophy. I think I won a game where I drew all 4 vials. But one of them I drew with Impulse. But I saw all 4. I think... No, it must be Snoop, right? Snoop must be the call. Because we can vial it in next turn. Yeah. See what's on top. Reckless Impulse with the information. So we're going to attempt to block Ragavan with Matron. It's not going to work. They're going to Unholy Heat it. We're going to vial and Skirk. Hopefully that works. And then we'll see from there. I'll pull up that replay. It was like game 1 against Grixis Lurrus, and I was like, this is how today's gonna go? And then and then I won. It's like it's not a function of how many you draw again. It's how long the game goes. Because the cards that are good with Vial are also even better with multiple Vials. Pretty weird. But drawing Vial and having it not survive is the absolute smallest amount of value. I just F6'd when I have this Skirk Prospector to play, so hopefully that gets undone for real. There's the bolt. They're tapped out. Bring that Ragavan in. Get Ambush Vipered. This is like a build your own Solitude here. Took 2 cards. We killed 1 thing. If Solitude is good, must be good. Did you see Evan draw? I didn't know he drew a game today. No, I didn't see that. Sounds like a fun watch though. All of the removals instant speed. Don't think it matters if I play this now versus later. They know I have it. Well, I'm gonna do this. Oh wait, this. I could play this Snoop off the top. I think I'm gonna. Whoops, you don't need the black mana. So now they need 2 removal spells not to be dead. I'm gonna watch Evan draw a game. I hope this clip is short. 30 seconds. Do I look like I'm made of time? How do you draw the game though with this board state? I don't understand.
Block here. Let's see what happens. They draw a card, which kills them. Who wins?
Oh, because they're targeting him? Oh, super interesting. Yeah. Happens at the same time.
Says they lose because they drew a card. Good game, it's a draw!
I don't know how it's supposed to work in real life. If you missed it because it was too small, they got targeted with the Sword of Fire and Ice trigger at 2 life, and the opponent had 0 cards in their library, so they draw a card like that because it's the same trigger. That's what I assumed. There's some... It's like a... Losing the game is a state-based effect, so effect or action. I think people say action all the time for all of them, but it's not really. There's 2 state-based actions. I believe are like playing a land, but state-based effects are things that happen based on the state of the game. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. You have Murktide Regent, but I have Kiki Jiki in my deck somewhere. Yeah. They only check when it's done resolving. So we'll name Goblin with this. We just win, right? Because even if they have one removal spell, they can't counter it. But even if they have one removal spell, we just respond. Oh, this, I guess they could kill Harbinger right here. But then they still would die. And the correct thing to do if they have the removal spell on the Snoop here is to target the second Snoop with the removal spell if they had multiple. That way they would have to fire the bolt at the same thing twice, or whatever it was. They're aware that they're supposed to respond somehow, but are unsure this is the spot. But there's nothing they could do. I mean, is this some kind of mind trick? I can get a copy here just to do it, just to show them, like, your removal spell didn't do anything there. And then just continue on with my day. They could have tried to make me make a mistake and wait till I go for the Harbinger. But even if I didn't have two Snoops and they did that, I could still go to my end step, make a copy, go to their upkeep, try to make a copy, and then if that works, I make a whole bunch of copies at their end step, and now I just untap with a million Snoops. So they were dead if they only had one removal spell one way or another. But I could also just do it again next turn, is the thing. And hope that there's something good underneath. They don't know what's in my hand. I think I had more cards in my hand too. But anyway, the combo is unlikely here. I don't think Fury is even good. We'll bring in like a value Nile Spellbomb. It may be on Torpor Orb. They may be on Torpor Orb. What do I do about that if they are on Torpor Orb? Do I actually want Trashmaster? Seems silly. Impulse is good too. I think it... Well, the early turns that matter. Maybe we just like take out the two impulses for two spell bombs. We could set out a Harbinger, bring in Trashmaster. I guess you could keep this Skirk Prospector, but we'll bring in one Fury. This is... Okay. I might be overboarding, but it's only 4 cards I brought in. This is a good starting hand. This is a hand that you can keep up with them. Turn 1 Mog Fanatic is always good. Turn 2 Spellbomb if we get the chance, but we don't need to. How loud is this music right now? Because I have my shit down way low. Like, I have my speakers on low, and it was like at a normal volume, so sorry if that's been killing you for a while. It'll feel good even in the 0-3 to kill Murktide Harbinger if we get there. Because Murktide Regent if we get there, because, you know, one of the better decks in the so. Some people think blue-red is still the best. I don't think so. I think it's a red Ragavan deck that's the best, but it's probably not red. The basic island implies that they're on Blue Moon, by the way. So I'm gonna fetch a swamp with this Bloodstained Mire next turn. And by a swamp, I mean the swamp. Heck. Because they fetch that basic island, by the way. I don't know if they're being life total conscious, but... And they're just on a Murktide draw. Maybe they're being life total conscious and they're on a Murktide draw. I'm gonna get basic swamp and play this Nile Spellbomb and crack it. That's my goal. They may counterspell it. But I kind of want to stop them from doing that, right? Oh no, I kept saying I'm gonna get basic swamp. I clicked Auntie's Hovel. Okay. Well, let's hope that this is a Murktide draw. Oh god, that was so dumb. It's so weird to just say it over and over again and then you... Like, oh look, do this. Nile Spellbomb is getting countered for a reason, and that reason is that this is not a Blood Moon. This is a Murktide draw. That is what the island was about. There are no other threats in their hand other than whatever Murktide they get. So, unless I get Blood Moon here, I'll be so mad. Doesn't look like Blood Moon, it looks like Murktide. So we were correct. Can I just kill Murktide? It's gonna be like a 4-4? 5-5? It's gonna be a 5-5. I play Mog War Marshal. I sack one of the tokens of Mog War Marshal for mana. I sack another one of the tokens. Well, I can eventually kill it. But we did force them to counter Nile Spellbomb, which is a pretty big victory. Munitions Expert would kill this. And I was trying to call my shot. I don't want to have to pay Echo. If I play Mog War Marshal, sack it for 1 mana, play Pashlik Mons 1-2, I'd have to sack another one. Not exciting. I don't want to have to pay Echo right now. I also don't want them to know that I have... So do I just get basic swamp here? I think I just get basic swamp here and play Pashlik Mons. Although it's like risky. I've thought about this before I said I was gonna do. It's risky because this is 2 damage, this is 3. This is just 4 damage right now that I can do to the Murktide if they decide to bolt my Pashlik. Great. That's my way to kill it. Maybe I should have played Mog War Marshal first. Ooh boy, is Fury good here. This is still just 5, right? Yeah. Well, damn. Guess I played right into that, didn't I? This doesn't matter. What? I was activating Pashlik's ability by accident. This doesn't matter because the Fury's gonna kill them. An extra damage if I sack the other way. Don't think that that's gonna matter the way this game is going. Playing loose tonight. If I played Mog War Marshal, though, it's not like that comes out too much better. I have 1 Goblin on the board, and then I play Pashlik Mons here. Hard to know if that's better or not. I think I need to play this now. They counter Mog War Marshal. It's probably not great for us, but it means that if we draw a good goblin off the top, probably not getting countered. They don't know that we have this cavern. Choose not to do anything about the War Marshal. It's good to delay playing your cavern for as long as possible for so many reasons. Spreading Seas being one of them, but also just your opponents thinking that their counter spells are worth something. Okay, so I take 5 here. If I activate Den and swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they go to 11. Then next turn I attack for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not enough. But I need to draw something, so I don't think I can pay this Echo either way. This means that Den is not doing it. And my upstairs neighbor just dropped something. Sounded glass. Okay. Matron is close to doing it, isn't it? I play Matron, and I get Munitions Expert, and I wait. Because obviously Munitions Expert doesn't kill this now. I play Matron, and I get Sling Gang, and I wait. Think I buy 1 turn? There's no way they're tapping out. I think they have counter spells. They haven't played one yet. So it's either activate Den or play Matron uncounterably and nothing else. And I think this is better against removal spells. So I'm gonna do it that way. I'm gonna take 5. I only need to gain 2 life to buy another turn. I think that I get Sling Gang Lieutenant. And when we buy another turn, I probably should have attacked, to be honest. But if I get Sling Gang Lieutenant and I buy another turn with that, that means after that turn I can activate Den, and I think we win. That's like the line. Who knows if that's right, or who knows if that's gonna work. We'll see. I really love this Saga picture. I don't have the Kiki Jiki Saga in there. Probably should, but the ones I have are like really not busy, and they were the only ones that they posted in like high def and stuff. So ones I'm using for that backgrounds. Make me draw 2 cards, right? That's what I want to do. If they find a bolt, we're just dead, right? Or if they find another Murktide Regent, we're also dead. Well, they find a Murktide Regent and a bolt. Let's just leave your graveyard. Having an instant or sorcery card leave your graveyard pumps your Murktide Regent. So if they cast another Murktide Regent here, this gets bigger, but only by the instant or sorcery cards in there, which is just 1 right now. But they could like consider. I wouldn't do it though. They need like the 1 point of power, like if Bolt plus Murktide Regent will kill me right now. Here comes a second Murktide Regent, which actually means that my Sling Gang doesn't buy me another turn either, doesn't it? But I guess I'm dead one way or another. Had I gotten Munitions Expert, still dead, right? I guess theoretically, nope, Pashlik Bonds is dead. Well, since Sling Gang doesn't do it, am I supposed to play Ringleader? And then hope for a good 2-drop? Like, Snoop into... Oops. Well, now I can't cast Snoop off the top. Why does that not go? So dumb. Now the blue mana isn't going to power up my card draw. And I drew the Snoop, which makes it even more painful because I can't cast it. So let's concede and let's see what's on top. If it's Sling Gang, get to be mad. It's Matron. Don't get to be mad. We were dead. Fury seems pretty bad against a hand like that. Spellbomb seems fine though. They countered our Spellbomb. That was pretty nuts. They still have Ragavans and things like that, so I think we're gonna keep it the way it is. I don't think there's any improvements really to be made. Yeah. We're just gonna be on the draw, and hopefully that's enough of an advantage this time. But the second Murktide did it for him. Who would have guessed that 5/5 flyers would be tough for Goblins to deal with? Not me. I think we want more Furies. I think the one is a... We still don't know if they're playing Corporate Orbs or not. So I have to keep this in. This all makes sense. I think it all makes sense. Yeah. Aether Vial's much worse against Archmage's Charm, isn't it? If they're wasting their Archmage's Charms on taking our Aether Vials that they can't really use for anything, that's good. Is this a can't mull, can't win? Is that what this is? Turn 2 Snoop, turn 3 Matron. Like, how do they not have removal? But I don't think you can mulligan this hand. If the game's gonna go long, like, there's not a lot of hands that look better than this. Perhaps there will be a Mog Fanatic on top of our library that will be forced to play on turn 2 instead of Snoop. But this is a really slow hand. I'm not going to play 05, by the way. I'll play for the 50 play points just so I have the league to boast, but I'm not gonna, if we lose, I'm not gonna play for 05. I'm gonna eat dinner at 8:50. Ugh. I don't want to yield. I don't know why. It doesn't make a difference. Bolt it, bolt it, bolt it. That consider? Second Snoop? Don't mind if I do. Watch this. They make the mistake of bolting this now. And play a second Snoop. But they do it inside beginning of combat because they're geniuses? That's not good. Okay, we sort of expected that. Mod Fnatic on top is not the worst draw. For a second there, I was like, did they keep a one-lander? Turns out, no. Oh no, they actually have counter spells up now. but still don't have a choice. Gotta play Snoop. I don't know if maybe we did have a choice. Maybe I'm supposed to play Matron and they counter Matron. But when they like, yeah, I'm probably supposed to play Matron and have them counter Matron. Then if I draw land, I can Snoop plus some 2-drop, which is good. Obviously, to get our Goblin count up. I think I'm just playing bad today. One card up. Well, they can't counter this. And it seems pretty important to start drawing better cards than this. It does deal 1 more damage, doesn't it? So, while the counter spells are away, play our Goblin Ringleader. Not spell piercing me. Spell snaring is what I meant to say. Another Snoop. Go to the bottom. Was there an impulse in that? And every time I see an impulse now, I'm just like, yeah, you should just find a better goblin to play than impulse. That was what I was trying to do with Brash Taunter, but then I made him my companion. Gonna bolt this? How much removal could you have in your hand that you care about this 2 damage? What is this? Okay, thank you. They're like, oh wait, he revealed the Snoop. I hit yield through this turn. You guys all saw it. There was like a little thingy down here and everything. Consider. Basic Swamp is kind of hurting us. By the way, the reason I used this Innistrad Basic Swamp instead of one that matches the rest of the deck is because I was using these swamps that were like kind of green, and I was playing the Jund version admittedly, but it wasn't standing out to me that it was a basic swamp and I couldn't cast my cards with it. So I was keeping hands that were just terrible because they couldn't cast any spells in them because I would have double red or something like that. So I switched to this thing, which may not be discernible from the other lands when you play them next to each other, but different than all the things in my deck. Yeah, this is kind of where I saw this going. How am I going to build a board big enough for this? We can. It's possible. This is how you do it. This swamp doesn't do shit for us. Guess I'm just supposed to play Matron. We'll get the munitions expert that we're definitely going to need. I think I had a white bordered swamp and it just wasn't popping. I'll show you the swamps I used to use. It was like a jungle swamp. And this is where everybody who plays goblins is like, why don't we have a toolbox goblin that kills flyers specifically? I don't think that we would play that, by the way. It is neat that it would kill both this and Archon. Don't think that that would be good enough. You don't need to win every game. This is a very good deck right now. Trophied 2 of our last 4 leagues. We're not going to get this one. There's 2 of our last 5 leagues. We didn't need that. We're just low rolling tonight. Nah, I mean in this situation, but that's kind of the point that I'm making, Carador. Like, you don't need cards for every situation. Like, you don't need to win every game. You need to win in Magic, specifically tournament Magic. You need to win most games. So if you start putting in these cards because that you're like, I want to have something for every situation, you end up drawing Goblin Crater Maker against this deck and this hand, and it's just like, you know, it doesn't really do a lot here, even though it's good against Stoneforge Mystic. But did you even need it to win that Stoneforge Mystic game? Like, or most Stoneforge Mystic games? Yeah, me too. I had it in there for a long time, but it's just like, you know, if I'm beating Stoneforge Mystic anyway, and I already have conceded that I can't beat Kaldra, and that's just the thing, who cares? So it is what it is. But that's the advice that Spike gives all the time, and it's so true. So they don't even care. They're just unholy heating my 1/1 that already tutored something. Talk about a sign of strength. Because they know what my plan is, and I can't seem to draw a land yet again. There's no Black Goblin. Playing Snoop does nothing beyond hoping that it resolves. I can just thin my deck. Let's do that. I don't have many turns to get this going, so I need to use all my mana as efficiently as I can. There is a possibility that we double expert them, get it done. Next turn, if I Mog Fanatic, Munitions Expert, does it die? That's Mog Fanatic, Munitions Expert is 1, 2, 3, 4 damage plus 2, so it's only 6. So no, it doesn't die. So maybe I need Mog War Marshal instead of... No, this just doubles it. But like Mog War Marshal, Mog Fanatic, and the next turn you play Snoop Expert. You have 4 from Mog War Marshal Fanatic, and Snoop Expert is 5, 6, and then this would be 7. And then you still don't get past the bolt? That's pretty bad. I'm pretty sure I just lost this game. We'll get double expert. Because if we do survive a turn, I mean, we need to draw land for this to be any good. I guess I would just play Sling Gang if I drew a land, right? Play Sling Gang and then you or then you expert. Yeah. It bolt my face, which implies to me that I'm dead. They just bolted me twice. All right, yeah. All right, that was a rough one. Did they side out all their Ragavans, I wonder? Or did they just get lucky and not draw them? I wonder if that's what people do. I don't know if they're gonna answer me, but man, 0-4 tonight. Nice. We're not gonna keep playing. There's no value to it. We can talk about the deck again. The deck is good. This is just a rough... I mean, people have been playing a ton of Goblins recently because Spike keeps playing it, and so they're prepared for it. But that obviously went bad, not based on preparation. We kept drawing no lands, and then we lost a couple close games at the start. And sometimes it just ends up like that. Maybe there were too many landlight hands to keep playing 23. Maybe we could take out these Reckless Impulses and just go like straight up back to Spike's build, which is fine. He's got a garbage sideboard. Maybe we could do that. We could also play Alpine Moon over Blood Moon and try that. I haven't done that yet. Usually don't like it, but I don't... It's like kind of a win more thing against Tron that I'm trying. We could go back to Copter just to try it, just for fun. The old bad version of the deck. I think the next time I play, I'm going to try this with one Den of the Bugbear, a different sideboard, probably no more Furies. They didn't... Well, I don't want to say no more Fury. There are matchups where Fury is good early. But I kind of want to replace these. I don't want Leyline of the Void, but I also don't want these Spell Bombs anymore, maybe. Charmaw just does. What matchup is Charmaw for? I would take out this Chieftain. Put in another Prospector. Play... I want another way to draw toward... Do I just play another Ringleader? Maybe you just play another Ringleader. I agree with you, Carador, and I don't even think it's good against Tron. I mean, it keeps them off 3 lands. That's the idea, but I think it's that good. I think we want to try Alpine Moon. I may need to buy these. I think we may want... We could go to 4 Fanatics main. I don't really like it. I like the Fanatic in the board. 5 sideboard slots and our choice of Graveyard Hate. We maybe are just supposed to be on Harbingers again. Move this Ringleader to the board for the grindier matchups. I think that's the way things have been going, actually. Stay off impulses entirely. Play more Ringleaders when you need them. There's a card that I've been kind of wanting to try, which is this Goblin Fisher Wizard. It loots. Not great. Something to do with extra vials. Could play it over like... You could play it over a Mog War Marshal and probably not even notice. Also, if you do draw cards, it's probably pretty bad. How am I on? Oh, because I moved the Harbinger. I mean, you definitely want all the Fanatics. At least 3. Don't want this Skirk Prospector. But maybe, I think 3 Mog War Marshals is... Then... What am I struggling against? Like Belchers, stuck. Yeah, I guess we'll just go back to Void Mirror. Then I'll try... I haven't tried Alpine Moon yet. So maybe I'll try Alpine Moon. We want Void Mirror, and then we have room for a Pithing Needle, which is like good against Yawgmoth and stuff. Yawgmoth, like a sideboard card you can bring in. Seems fine. We're just gonna change the name because I matter. The 24 land special. This seems right. Oh, wait. I kept talking about how Chain Whirler would be good, and it was like almost really good in one match, and I just didn't have one. Maybe I should play the Chain Whirler main over a Skirk, but getting Getting board presence is probably important. Mog War Marshal, I don't know. Man, I keep getting the basic swamp. All right, I'm gonna try it like this. It's possible that it should just be 3 Alpine Moons. Yeah, I like the second Skirk. It's gonna be less important with the Alpine Moons instead of Blood Moons, but I think I like this. This is what I would do next time. Chain Whirler has been really good lately. Like, I haven't played it. I'm just telling you, there's so many board states where I'm like, man, I wish I had a Chain Whirler right now. So, something to think about. Something to think about. I hate Leyline of the Void so much. This will probably end up being Nile Spellbomb before we get into another league. But this is what I would play next time. I also said I would show the basic swamp that was messing me up. Separately. I bought them specifically to play because they weren't like ugly swamps. I wanted something a little nicer, and then every time I played them, just getting me. I think they had the old border because I wanted them to match my mountain. Where are they? They're coming up. Oh, wait. First of all, I'm not gonna look through every basic swamp art on Magic Online by accident, am I? It might have been. It wasn't this one. This one. This is Odyssey, I guess. I was keeping this with like turn 1 ignobles and just just not being able to cast anything. It was terrible. But yeah, this is a great one. I mean, I don't know if Arnie Sweckle did anything else, but legit. Although I'm gonna play. Is this you caught me right at the end? I just went 0-4 Bodingles. This is not the exact same list. Yesterday I had 2 impulses in it, 2 reckless impulses because I was trying them out, and I had Blood Moons instead of these Alpine Moons, and I had Nile Spellbombs over these Leyline of the Voids. In fact, I could just pull up that other list if you're really interested in it, but it's basically the same. We took out the impulse for a 24th land because we were just getting really unlucky with lands today. And Spike seems to think 24 is good, and I haven't played 24 in a long time, so I figured why not try it out. Sorry, you can. There's the YouTube is linked below. The trophy from yesterday is up there. The trophy from yesterday is up there, and this will eventually be up there. There's a ton of stuff there. So check that out. The Goblins themselves have been good lately, and the light sideboarding approach has worked. But today, today it went really badly. So today we played Brash Taunter as a joke because our hubris was too much after trophying 2 leagues out of 4, and got knocked down a little bit. I don't know if we'll ever go back to Smuggler's Copter. It feels like a card that should be so good with Goblins, especially with Squee and Goblin Engineer, but it just isn't right now. I know Spike said he has some kind of brew with Smuggler's Copter in it, and the new Kamigawa cards that he's going to try to play. So we'll see. We'll see if that gives us any kind of inspiration for our own Smuggler's Copter. There is a Kamigawa card that I'm pretty excited about with Goblin Engineer, and it's Experimental Synthesizer. This impulse draws the top card of your library whenever it enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield. So Goblin Engineer, you can play this, then you can sacrifice it to Goblin Engineer and draw again. This is just some nonsense list that I feel like Brash Taunter is still a better Goblin card. If there was a Brash Taunter at 3 or 4 mana, you might see it more often. But right now, 5 is a lot. 5 was a joke. Like, I just wanted to get some kind of Death Shadow player, you know? But We didn't get there. But yeah, this feels something like this. I mean, this is modern. You could make a really similar deck in Pioneer or Historic, I'm sure, with Cat Oven, Engineer. Engineer would be the Historic, but Pioneer wouldn't have Engineer. It would have the Welder. And like do something there. This Oni Cult Anvil, it does have a pretty big drawback in that it only triggers once a turn, but it just replaces itself. So I was thinking, like, you can even sack the thing you get from this to get another thing. So like your board will just slowly be filling up with 1/1s, and I felt like Goblin Bombardment was a good way to end it. And then you're just playing Urza Saga and a bunch of value things. It may be possible that Mishra's Bauble just sucks in this deck, but like this may be way too much fodder. And also Sword of the Meek, Oni Cult Anvil, like this is clearly, what is it, like Thopter Foundry? Like just sort of a worse Thopter Foundry sword combo and like a way slower thing. But it's in only black-red, which has some merit. I'm not sure. Basically what it comes down to. But Goblin Engineer tosses... Oh yeah, this says non-token artifacts, so that's why it combos with this and not... And Oni is a little bit better. A little bit better. It's not really better. But this doesn't cost mana. There's also like these cards, Mere Sire, that you could play that leave 2 bodies. Hidden Stockpile if you wanted to go Mardu. And you're gonna get a lot of tokens really quickly with Oni Cult Anvil and Hidden Stockpile both in play. But you would do that probably instead of Cat Oven. And Cat Oven seems like a good way to just get a bunch of damage, like a little ping damage. Because, you know, sacrifice the cat to the oven, get a food. You have too many foods somehow, like you then sacrifice the food and you get a 1/1. I don't know if it ever turns out that way, but this is something I'm kicking around in my head as a Goblins deck. And Mayhem Devil is obviously insane. And Ragavan is obviously insane. I don't know. There's missing pieces. I don't know what the best support is. But if you have ideas, comment them below. Just send them to me. Come to the Discord, talk to us. So that's going to do it for me. I'm going to raid somebody. Mr. Bodingles, if you wanted to fire up your stream, I would raid you. Otherwise, I'm looking for modern streamers right now to raid. If this is your first time here, consider following. Hear that you get notifications when I'm live. Hang out and talk to us. Yep, have a good night, Mewtwo. Consider following so you can come talk to us. You could go subscribe to YouTube because I stream at random hours and I post all of my stuff there. Tomorrow is a new day, or is it the next day? I'm not even sure. I'm gonna raid Wiley something or other. Wiley 2112. They're playing Modern Living End. So go check them out. Say hi, small streamer. Tell them I sent you. I'm gonna be getting dinner, so unfortunately I'm not. Tell them that if they try to say hi. Ask me how much. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.